Good evening and welcome to another edition of Kim's Corner. I'm Kim Brown, your host, and today I have with me Mr. Will Elmore. Now, Mr. Elmore has been on my show before in the past it's been a few years now, and he's an advocate for the handicap, and what we're going to start doing is I'm going to do maybe 3 programs a month, and it's kind of going to be dedicated to the handicap and the elderly. And we're going to be doing some things together, so just, stay tuned. We're still trying to do some new things on this new season of Kim's Corner and on Channel 18 now, since we're on 18. So, Mr. Elmore, tell the audience a little bit about yourself.
Well, my name is William Elmore, Jr. I reside in Newark. I got out of the military the first time in '87, and I subsequently maintained in reserves and worked for the facility as a building inspector. And later on, I went into state law enforcement. But to begin this segment, I just want to explain, normally they just call them people with disabilities as opposed to handicap. It's a little harsh on them. There's various forms of disability, not being able to see or talk or walk properly. There's just different levels of it. But primarily I've been dealing with the disabled, the elderly, and the veterans to let them know some of the things that are available to them that they're not getting out there, as well as we've been able to get some laws changed and make some entranceways like the Newark Library downtown on Washington Street.
Yeah, because when you were on my show that last time, that's what we were talking about. You were trying to get accessibility for the disabled into the museum and the library. So what is going on with that? Has anything changed?
Well,
because I know it has been about maybe 5 years since you've been on my show. It's been 5 to 6 years. So in that time period, has anything changed at all?
Well, yes, they've been able to get access into the museum, but as of June 22nd of this year, we were able to get the city to come off of $1.4 million, which they got under the ADA guidelines, and were able to, since the library is a city-owned building, they're able to get, we were able to speak, myself and a few others, speak to the Historical Society in order for them to approve, and subsequently the 22nd of June, have a ramp put in place in front of the Newark Library. I know there hasn't been a lot put out about it, which I think they should have put it out to the media so they could let the Newarkers know, as well as the surrounding towns, so we could generate more revenue, but also bring attention that the disabled and the elderly.
Yeah, because if they don't know, that will stop. That will prevent them from coming.
Yes. I don't know. I haven't been able to speak to the mayor or a lot of the council members. There was like 3 or 4 councilmen that showed up, but there was 2 council members that actually walked around the property with me. One was Mildred Crump, and the other one was Donald Payne, who is now he is our council president. But we had to do a lot of pushing. I know they said I was a pain at times, but that's what it took into drawing more attention.
Because sometimes, like they say, the squeaky wheel gets the oil. Yes, and I used to be one, but I'm not so much now. Guess I gotta go back to squeaking a little bit too. My squeaky is nasty. Once I finish squeaking, then nobody wants to talk to me anymore. So, and you don't want to do that. So.
Well, that's okay, because with me, I was able to push hard enough for them to make a lot of the cuts in the curbs that go all the way down to Bear Stadium. And as well as we were able to get them to tear down the ramp at 31 Green Street, build a new ramp, and put a crosswalk that goes to the parking lot across the street. So some of the things that we do have to get with the city to work on is the fact that we have City Hall with handicap spots on Franklin and Green Street. They pile up all the snow in front of handicap spaces. I had to get on them the other day to clear it up so that the disabled could get out.
Yeah, because they take it. Because usually it's on the end, and they take all the snow, and they just pile it up.
Well, I took a picture of it the other day, and my ramp was almost a foot in the air because they didn't shovel off the handicap areas where my ramp comes out, extends out. So it was kind of wild. Eventually, I was able to get someone through the mayor's office to come out and shovel it.
Yeah, did you have any fallen trees in your area?
Yes, I did. I sure did. I don't think any block was untouched as far as tree limbs were concerned. And I have one that I'm working on now where the owner behind me, his tree fell over into my property. And once I contacted him, he was explaining to me the fact that he was a firefighter and that the laws stipulate that he's not held accountable for it because it's an act of nature. I don't know what book he's reading from, but city clerk's office says there's no such ordinance that protects him in that regard. So I don't know, they take us because we're in wheelchairs or we're disabled, that our mind doesn't run 100%. I'm here to let you know now that mine, as long as so many others, their minds run at 110%.
Now, what about the supermarkets too? Because I remember we were talking about the supermarkets as being inaccessible because they try to stop people from stealing the shopping carts.
Right.
So how is that coming?
Well, how it all came about to begin with was they put the poles up at the supermarkets to where the carts can't come out, but we couldn't get in. And we always had to wait for somebody or have somebody go in to get somebody's attention to unlock the gate to let us in, and then subsequently let us out, which is no good. It's a fire hazard and also puts a hamper on our quality of life. So I had ordinances changed in order to have them refrain from that.
So they did change some ordinance.
They did, and then they went back to doing the same thing. So we made the fines a little more stringent. They go from $100 to $1,000 fines now per incident. So the ones in particular that we were dealing with was extra supermarkets, and subsequently they've stopped that practice to allow us to go and come like everyone else.
Okay.
And that was a big one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So what happens if they can't get out? What do? They call and how is the fine imposed?
Well, what we do is once we know that they're doing it again, I would let the fire department know as well as code enforcement, and they would send someone out to check it.
Okay.
And if they weren't able to get in and out like everyone else, then they'd be issued a fine at that time.
Oh, okay.
Automatic court appearance.
Okay. Now, what made you become an advocate? Why are you doing this?
Well, I used to do a lot of things on my own, as we all do, help the disabled and whatever. But when I became disabled and I saw so many things that were not being done for the disabled, how people helped me, I took a number of oaths. One when I went to law enforcement and also as a soldier to protect my country. And that has stuck with me, and it resonated to continue that effort. Since I am retired military and retired state law enforcement, and I get my little Social Security, I'm able to use some of that money and help others as I can. But then I get other people to help me, like work on people's wheelchairs, get tires, fix the seat cushions, all those type of things. And it just keeps me motivated. It's the feeling I get by helping others, I mean, it's almost indescribable.
Yeah, so that it came about just because you saw some of the obstacles that you had to face.
Yes.
So that made you go out and speak on behalf of everybody else.
I've been truly blessed the way everyone took care of me, helped me get a car. The military helped me get this van here lately. It's incredible. So that just motivates me more to go out and help the people and show them there's more to life, as well as all of the things that they're not being made aware of that's available to them. So I try to bring the attention on those various things, which what I'm going to try to do with your help. If you allow me to come on again and bring a lot of those things in the dark, bring it to light, so more people will be able to come out and lead a more productive life, not just looking out the curtain, at life passing them by. That's also on my flyer.
Okay, good. Yeah, because we're going to get together. As I said earlier when we opened up the show, we're going to be doing some things. So we're going to get information out to a lot of the disabled and the elderly, because a lot of times people don't know because they don't get the information. Like what we were talking about, the museum now is, accessible, but they're not coming out.
Right.
Because they don't know that they can access these buildings.
And that's a big thing with the Newark Library and Museum right there. It's an overwhelming source of information. And also for the seniors and the disabled who cannot afford computers of their own, they can go to the library and be able to use their computers and also get training on how to use them so they can do job searches and all these other things along with reading books, broadening their minds, and be able to share
and it gives them some place to go during the day. They don't have to be stuck in the house all the time.
Absolutely. So that's what we're working on now. And hopefully, God willing, like I said before, with your help and with the help of others, we can get the information out and let everyone know what Newark, Essex County, New Jersey, and this country have to offer.
Okay, right now what we're going to do is we're going to take a break, hear from some of our sponsors, and we'll be right back. Stay tuned.
DeBellis & Associates Investigative Services for your business and personal needs. Over 33 years experience. Call today, 908-964-699. Palace Beauty Supply is Newark, New Jersey's #1 hair supply store. Palace Beauty Supply offers world-class brand-name beauty supplies for hair care, cosmetics, barbering, and salon services. We carry organic root stimulator, Wella, Biotine, Revlon. We are unparalleled in our services. We offer delivery service for orders over $50 in the New York, New Jersey area. Conveniently located. Come to Palace for all your hair care needs.
Come to Palace Beauty Supply, where we treat you like family and we beat any price.